Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and let's get ready for Wednesday, May 17th. The first thing I wanted to go over, after hours tonight, TENX came out with some news, so you can read that here. TENX meets with FDA, and I'll show you the charts in a few minutes. In a few seconds we'll go into the charts. NAVB CEO buys 106,000 shares. AMD was up in the higher 13s but came off of the highs in after hours. ABBV and CHRS, let's see, CHRS prevailed in the decision, so I'll show you those charts. ABBV was down in after hours, CHRS up after hours. Some earnings coming out after the bell tomorrow: Cisco, Limited Brands, ZTO. Before the bell tomorrow, Target and AEO have earnings, so some more retail in the morning tomorrow. Target, that one's going to be closely watched. TGT. Let's see. Trump asked Comey to drop Flynn probe, and I'm going to show you where the futures are right now in a second or two. So looks like the futures are down because of this. Trump asked Comey to drop Flynn probe, and I guess that would be obstruction. So we'll see how that's going to all play out. After hours tonight, we had X, the director, purchased 10,000 shares. AAT, the CEO, purchased over 39,000 shares. GNC, the interim CEO, purchased 300 shares. GE director purchased 16K shares. And any other major ones of after hours? HAL director purchased 8K shares, HAL, and ADC director purchased 2,500 shares. Some news: CNAT, completion of public offering, an IPO for tomorrow, I believe. GTHX, some news there. Private offering on RP, and that's the news there. So some news after the bell tonight. And so let me get this out of our way. And I want to show you guys a site that I found. Let's go to May 17th. This is marketchameleon.com. All right, and you can see that right here, and you can get the earnings for each day. Here, I'll make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay, let me go back to May 17th. Okay, there we go. And you can see Cisco's coming out after the bell tomorrow, Target before the bell, Limited Brands after. So this is a pretty cool site. And then if I make it smaller, all right, go back to the 17th. All right, and you can see it gives you, the conference call time right here at 4:30. So, it's a pretty cool site. So check this out, all right, and I'll leave that up for a second if you guys want to check that out. Another cool site for earnings is EarningsCast, all right, earningscast.com. And if I click next, you can see for Wednesday, you have Target has a conference call at 8 a.m., American Eagle Outfitters at 9 o'clock, STAF at 9 o'clock. So this is a good site for you to have up also. All right, so earningscast.com, nice tool. All right, let's get rid of that. Now, I was talking about the futures, and the Dow futures are down about 100 tonight. The S&P futures are down 13, and the NASDAQ futures are down, call it 30 points. And you can go to investor.com, indices futures, okay, right up here. And this way you can keep an eye on the futures if you like for this evening. All right, and then we went over the trade exchange calendar, which I really like. If I press this for earnings, okay, and it should load, yep. And you see for Wednesday, you have the earnings Target, AEO, after the bell, Cisco. So this is a nice earnings calendar. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some stuff, and I'll just show you AMD. This is a 5-minute chart after hours, and it was up above 13 and after hours, and it's come back down on AMD. What else did I want to show you after hours? Oh, ABBV. He had this big drop in ABBV, and then the other name was CH. Hold on, I'm scrolling back as we speak. Okay, CHRS. And that was up, but now it gave it back. But that was up in after hours, CHRS. And now let's look at the SPY. So today, some of the action in the SPY. We had a pop up to that 240. We actually broke out over the resistance spot. All right, and I'll show you this on the daily. And now we're coming back down. So this is closed right now. It's after 8 o'clock. So this is closed. But you see we were selling off. And I'll show you the daily chart on the SPY. And I'll have a lot of lines on it right now. So let me get rid of some of this line stuff for you. Okay. And open it up. So we went up to that 240.65 spot. And then we pulled back. We closed at 240.08. And we'll check out the IWM. And IWM held this 138 spot on the IWM. So the bulls came in. They were pushing this down, and the bulls showed up and closed us up. We're maintaining above the 10 SMA. Now we'll have to see how we're going to open in the morning. But right now the futures are down for the overnight. Here's the IBB, and we did finally get over that 295. So now let's see if they can continue this up and get up there to this resistance of 305, and we'll see what happens with that. The IWC, which is the micro caps, same thing, came down. Bulls came in to protect it. We closed this up back above the 10 SMA. So we'll see what they want to do with that. Tomorrow, QQQ, we have, just grinding higher. We're up here at this round number now, getting close to that 140 spot, and we're maintaining the 10 SMA. So, amazing strength in technology, and, we'll see how it's going to play out tomorrow with the futures being down. All right, so some stocks that I wanted to go over. And I just want to let you know, I look at stocks on all different time frames. It just makes it easier to do the video. I show you them on the daily, but behind here, okay, and I'll move this over, I have a 5-minute pre and post market chart, because I like to see if there's any stocks that I'm playing had any action in the after hours. All right, this is a weekly chart, this is a hourly chart, and this is a 15-minute chart. And so you can see, I don't just look at chart, as a trader on a daily chart. I'm also looking at different time frames. Okay, so I just want to make that clear. But for the video, I don't think you could see those smaller charts, so I use one bigger chart. And if we need to, we'll go into some of these other charts. Okay, so just want to make that clear so everybody knows what's going on. First one up. I like this AKAO, but the volume was a little bit low for me, 500,000 shares. But nice candle here. It has a high of 25.79, and we also have a high here on the daily of 26. So I would let it, clear this 26 spot on AKAO. But once again, for me, this volume is a little bit low. But if it could clear 26, we might get going on that. BAC, I'm watching this. It's been hugging the 10 SMA for a while. Citigroup just popped. All right. And JP Morgan, is trying to get back over the 50. So maybe BAC wants to, clear this 2405 area on BAC. BCLI, we're looking for a high on this one to take out maybe 425. BCLI. CERN, nice chart, 2.1 million shares. We have a high here of 65.06, so we're looking to clear that, and maybe we get a continuation move on CERN. CHNR, now not much volume in this one today, but it did pop. All right, it went up to 266, so maybe this will get more volume tomorrow. You can see it's kind of in this wedge pattern, and it's breaking that wedge. So we'll see if there is any follow through on the CHNR. Only thing, like I said, less than 200,000 shares, so you know that could be a little suspect there. FOLD coming up to this $8 area, and also this 400 EMA. But this 400 EMA, not many people have it on their chart. I just like to use it as a reference point that it would be there. It doesn't stop me from, you know, initiating a position, but I'm just aware that it's there. But the most important thing is this $8 level right here. The other day we had a high of 806, so maybe over 807 we could get something going in. Fold had 4.8 million shares on the name. GNC after hours, it did get a pop. I believe there was an insider purchase on this one. GNC, you can see the pop here, so I'm going to keep my eye on GNC for tomorrow. Next one up, and if you look at my YouTube channel, I did a video on GSAT this morning, actually this afternoon, and I put that out, so if you want to watch that. I'm watching this one again. Over $2.50 on GSAT, 14.4 million shares. So let's watch this 250 area for the break of that. It got a high of 251 today. GUID, 1.3 million shares. I'll let this set up on an intraday chart, but maybe back over, you know, 680 could get us going back above 7 on GUID. IDTI, looking for the higher day break here of 24, you know, to get over that 2475. 2480 spot on IDTI semiconductor space, and as you know, semiconductors have been very strong. There's the SMH, and there's you know, NVIDIA. So these things are zooming. You would think there's a rest coming in NVIDIA, but anyway, IDTI semiconductor name, and we're looking for a continuation move on that one. It did have a nice pop already from the 200, so just keep that in mind. IMGN. All right, and we're looking for the $5 break on this one, okay? Looking for this $5 to be taken out. 3.4 million shares today traded on IMGN. JWN. Now, these retailers have been getting smacked. JWN and Macy's. So, you know, since we have a Target coming out, if they can say anything good, we might maybe get a bounce in some of these retailers tomorrow. I'm not saying we will, but might be worthwhile having, you know, one of these on a chart. JWN or Macy's, or, you know, Dillard's, or Sears Dillard's bouncing already, DDS, or Kohl's, KSS. And also TJX, another one that might bounce. So, you know, pick your poison on a retailer. But I would keep one on watch just in case Target, you know, comes out with something good. MLCO, John Nigerian was talking about this one today on a halftime show, and I believe there's a lot of call activity in the name. So we're looking for the high maybe to be taken out. Casinos have been hot, 22.94. So, you know, maybe 22.85 might be enough, or you can wait for the 23 break. Mankind, 8.4 million shares, and we had this pop. We pulled back. We're holding the 8 EMA light blue line right here. And so maybe we get a continuation move in this one on Mankind tomorrow. Watch that intraday. Marvel, we spoke about this in last night's video, and we did get the pop, and it's in, you know, semiconductor, so we could get an even more of a continuation move. I am in this name, but, you know, with the futures down, I'll have to see how this is going to play out on MRVL. MTBC, we had this big volume pop day, and we've pulled out back 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and we've been holding. We're back above the 8 EMA. We had a high of 214, so maybe 220 might be enough to get this one going. It's at 204 where it closed. MU, semiconductor name. So you see I'm looking for strength in the semis. A lot of call activity in MU. And we have a high on MU of 2908. So maybe 2910 to let it clear that. The previous day's high is 2919. So just be aware of that. And maybe we'll get a continuation move. NADL got above the 10 SMA today. All right, let me open this up for you a little bit. It's above my 13 EMA and 10 EMA, so maybe there might be some continuation. Obviously depends on oil, USO, how that's going to do. We're still below the 50 SMA on the USO. XOIL is oil on my charts. This is light sweet crude, and we're still below the 50 SMA. So we did pop. We got this hammer candle here. We popped up to the 50, and currently this blue line, we're being rejected by the 50 SMA, which is sloped down. So, that doesn't look good right now for oil. But overnight, anything can happen. So we'll see how oil is in the morning. NBEV, over 500,000 shares. And we had a high here of 440. So if it can clear back over that 435, 440 area, NBEV, it's a beverage company. And by the way, SPU had earnings after the bell tonight. I don't remember what they are. Let's just take a quick look on SPU. This is that, beverage, soft drinks. Didn't do much. One bid up on SPU, but earnings are out of the way, so you never know. Traders might come back into the name. Next one up is NVAX, and as you can see, it's been getting some volume here. NVAX, we're stuck below the 100 SMA at 120. Maybe if it can clear that, we might get a continuation move. Not a favorite, but it has been getting some big volume. OCUL, and as you can see, here's the 400 EMA. We couldn't get above it here. We can't get above it here. Now, if your proclivity is towards shorting, this might be a nice short because it can't get above this 400 and hold above 10. We had a high today of 1015, and the 400 EMA is at 1019. So maybe a spot for a short. 1025 would be your stop out. Here's a high here of a 1037 if you want to use that for your stop on for a short. Now, if it does break out over, this 400 EMA, possible long, so it would be like around 1025 for a possible long on a OCUL. Novo had some volume, 1.3 million shares. This one's back over the 50 SMA. Nice candle. Would have to get back over maybe 295 for a possible $3 break, or wait for the $3 break. I mean, we've been here before and it's failed many times, so we'll see. Not a favorite trader of mine, but it did pop. It did hold the, a nice candle. So we shall see what that brings in the morning. REN. Nice big volume candle for this one, almost 1 million shares. As you can see, it doesn't trade a lot of shares, and back here you had a big volume pop also. So maybe over this high was 730, and maybe a possible continuation. Just note that the 50 SMA is right above it, and that number on the 50 SMA is 742. So just keep that in mind if you are trading RENN. SRPT, we spoke about this one in the previous videos. The volume has been kind of dwindling down, but we did get over the 200 SMA today. So maybe possible continuation move in SRPT. one to watch in my opinion. STDY, trying to get back over that 750 spot, so closed at 715, maybe 740 is enough, or if you want to wait for the 750 break. Volume very low on this one though, 127,000 shares, so just keep that in mind if you trade it. TAIT, this came up on a FinViz scanner, and almost 1 million shares, popped up to $1.60, gapped up, and so we'll see if this can offer any trades tomorrow. TENX, now this was the one that had news after hours, and we'll go to that chart, and you see it popped up to about 65 cents, and pulled back a little bit on TENX, and I showed you that news previously in the beginning of the video. On the daily it doesn't look like anything, but that after hours chart may give us something tomorrow. It's an under $1 stock, so just note that and be careful. XGTI, I did get a trade in this one this morning, didn't yield too much, and actually had to play it twice. I played it over the 185, 186, came back at me. I took a small loss of about 8 cents, and then I went back into it and I got a pop of about I think it was about 20 cents. So trade, but 25 million shares were traded today. In the name we have a high of 214, maybe 210 is enough on XGTI, and we'll see what that wants to do. They had earnings yesterday, I believe, that came out, if I remember correctly, on that. Alright, so that's the watch list for tomorrow. Listen, if you're enjoying these videos and they're helping you, just hit the like button for me, and also if you can retweet it or subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. Alright everybody, this is Zozo Stock Watch. Thank you very much for listening. Let's be ready, and let's get ready for May 17th, Wednesday. Thank you so much, and have a great evening.